raise the roof. Which one of y'all do?
Let's see if I get the stereo. My first meal.
People are seeing it. I feel like I'm a slave, maybe slave. You know, man, I made a serious mistake. Slave, slave to the system. Yeah, sound like a winner right there. Come on. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Hold up a minute, fam, let me ask you this. Did your last promotion offer you an ass to kiss? Hashtag for this. I know a better way, admit it honestly. Wonder why you bastard shit. Your heart's got
I really don't need that light. I know y'all like it, but I like the subtle Midwestern pastel light. You know what I mean? I'm not really hungry, but I'm hungry.
Keep it square and watch your God fall to fate. A linebacker reads well before they call the play. Hoping you always say, hoping we always pray. Invest a little bit of time in a taller day. Forget the ball and play. We got stakes in Israel with much more beef than the shark can say. Now that's the scholar's way. No lust for the cause of throwbacks. In fact, give them all away. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Inside my circles of deep bows and little Urkels, and need no brown types with no remorse. If they hurt you, many out there.
I got to turn that band up. It's hot.
Paycheck. And no, I'm not a snitch just because I come and say that. Look, dude, I don't play that. When my boy G-Lo was
ain't no telling. They might be poisoning the food coming out right now.
So stay back.
So that way, everybody gets sick all at once in ignorance. That way, anybody call in, they get the numbers the way they want it. Turn that fan on.
Pretend to do, and if you got the last lick, quickly remember you. I lost change, but still things remain the same. Slave masters got these brothers' brains and chains. Yo, I'm feeling your pain, counting out in life, seeing your prayers, but not seeing the change. We in the sin made. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system.
That was a brand new avocado, so you never know. And look, and even though, let me turn this down a little bit, guys. Even though I bought that avocado yesterday, I had 3, and I grabbed the wrong one, obviously, and I was like, so you saw me, and it's kind of half, like, it's kind of half ripe. It's soft, but not like the way I like it. And I'm like, wait a minute now. All it takes is that one time, because, mind you, for 3 days, there were like 3 to 7 old-ass avocados. And I was like, y'all never run out of avocados. What's going on? Now, I know how things move. Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not fret. No fret about it. But these are the things that I'm going to speak on. I was coming on to read, and I was like, no, I got to discuss and talk about a few things. So, let's hope more people come on in. I'll turn the light on. Because I'm eating around the avocado now because I started thinking about it going, oh, I'm not, even if I eat it, I'm not even sweating it. But the thing is, since 2016, especially at 19 to now, so many things have been recalled based on listeria and other things. Excuse me.
Yo, kid, you can take my advice and dismiss the current hit list. These cats are getting fat.
I'm leaving the other one up to show that they're hijacked. You know what I mean? Easily, I was about to delete it. I was like, wait a minute. Let me leave that one up to show how dumb they are. Right now, let me share this right now. A lot of y'all aren't aware that since about 2016, well, it's been going on for decades. But they control, like right now they're doing running tests, and they've been doing it because most of you won't speak up, where they'll shut down the grid, they'll shut down the cell phones, specifically targeting cell phones, so you can't record, you can't say nothing. Just like most of the vehicles from 2016, they can shut them down, they can stop the operation, this, that, and the other. Not only the cameras, and some of you got the internet in there that's roasting you. This is what I'm talking about, a system that is a perversion based on everything that we've invented. Just slow down and listen. God damn. Right? Check this out. Just like when the electricity went out here. Some of us, there was more than just me. We've all been conversing. We looked at certain grids and the people on those grids where they shut the power off and they kept it off for 4 hours compared to the people where it went off for 2 to 5 minutes and turned it all back on. Tourists, this, that, stores, restaurants, right back up. But here, not even the pedophile section was off. That was up. The airport running. A certain grid, all right? And I was sitting there saying, I guess they really think they're intelligent and smart and everything else, which, not to give them more energy, but yeah, they are. And I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Yes, my eyes are like brown, in case you want to know. But anyway, red. But anyway, I just wanted to speak on that right quick. But we're going to get into what we need to get into here in a few minutes.
I'm taking strong stands and they can't move me. I'm on with the verbal Uzi. I'm on my good foot and watching my steps quiet as kept. If you can't replace your bets, for God is with me. And there's no way to win playing the odds against me. Most of these cats have money, but their soul is empty. And they killed is the one who stole Creepy Kenty. 1 million man gather won't change a thing.
I forgot what I had to do.
Hate a slang or game bang, we would never see a change. Yo, I know you are. Be real with me. Hold on for the second, brother. Can you hear me now? Look, it should be crystal clear. Can you hear me now? It's like I'm right in your ear. Can you hear me now? I have a real important question. Can you hear me now? Get your pen as I reckon. I'm making moves, Blackberry kept close. It's a hustle and slang dope tracks on both coasts. In the Gulf of Mexico, they all know the yo bro. They feeling the pulse and they begging for more. Perceived as dirty, although I'm clean as a whistle. Precise flows target your heart like missiles. And when I hit the mark, I'll blow you out in the dark. Whether you're straight as a dog or you're prone to spark. How could you think these words won't ever get right when they only seen us in a negative light? Just to change things, I'm using all of my might, but yet we argue and fight throughout the day and night. If you're a crackhead, show me who you're basing with. These type of actions go fiction in relationship. Maybe it's deep depression that you're dealing with, causing you to spill off into the illness fit. This time around, there's a change of plans. This time around, it's shameful man. This time around, we've been keeping it tight. No longer seeing each other in a negative light. And if the president's right, I would support the cause, but he's not. If he's obviously breaking God's laws, ain't no man perfect. We all have flaws, but there's a few words of wisdom for all of y'all. Are you tired of this crap music? Are you tired of this whack music? The dead poet jack music, I suggest you write the next music. It's much more than black music. Are you tired of this crap music? Are you tired of this whack music? This dead poet jack music, I suggest you write the next music. It's much more than black music. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. Taking over the airwaves. Let's play. Oh, God's coming this way. Yeah, we're taking over the airwaves. We're taking over the airwaves. Let's play. One objective, Jack, and let's get my crown back and restoring relationships with the surrounding. Yes, you probably your head because these clowns are whack. Broken English transport so the sound's exact. There was a preach, bruh, and that's why I teach, bruh. You know your folks was a shit back in the Middle East, bruh. See to the sun, making pleas to the young, holding Christ in their bosom, but conceding the guns. Knowledge is free. Take the reading for fun instead of gold. For finally meeting the one. Get all excited for he has a place for you. Neither the devil or disgrace can replace you, dude. So let's face it, dude, you gotta go like me. Family history and legacy was stole like these. Revenging souls that were hung on trees and restoring life to the lost souls of this brain disease.
What's up, man? You had to come and get in the way, bro. Why?
Hey, yo, I'm looking for directions, bro.
Right.
Yo, you hollering.
Stay right there. I'm not walking around there. I'm gonna go over this way.
You got to elevate and walk that out. Too many imposters simply want to talk that out. Let them know if they talk about it, they best to be about it. Form a plan and then plot a decree about it. And if they fail to produce the juice out of your life, give these imposters a boost. We need to see the proof. Blind faith for most. Lead the lost to a boat to get ready to float, or find a knife at your throat. Can you not see these actions lead the blind into a large sea of rough traction and deep dissatisfaction? The shit is passing, it's borders on the line.
Max B, when you say that one part, I thought you was about to go on a roll, man. Like when the time going back to that, you know, Big Daddy Kane started rolling and rocking it. Anyway, let me do this right quick. It's got to be done. You can have some of that too now. You know that, right? Trayvon. Trayvon.
Only a bottle of tea, and I pray I'm not found hanging out on the tree. What's the deal with this guy? He got the devil in his eye. I'ma stand my ground, and I am not gonna flee. My daddy told me stand tall when I'm walking the street, and I might intimidate some of the people I meet. But damn, I never thought I'd be stalked by a man with a gun. Just a kid with the Skittles in hand. It's not God's plan that I live a short life, but I am doing my best to avoid this fight. But I'll be damned if I run his egg and bleed like a punk. You wanna know the outcome? Let the music pump.
See what I'm doing, Baba? I just know things.
What you doing over here? We had a lot of break-ins from you thugs drinking beer. And committing sin. Your hood makes you look thugging. Oh my God, this crazy dude straight up. I'm just trying to get home to make me bust your bug in before long. He and I was straight tussling. He had the upper hand. I'm fighting with the grown man. And that gat that he packing, yo, I need it in my hand. And who the hell are you to go questioning me? I wanna be cop is the impression I see. And if you put down the gun, I guarantee you're gonna learn as far as power over me. I'm not giving you none. So if you're looking for a fight, I guess you got one tonight. All I'm trying to do is live.
Woo!
I guess they bullied you in school. You couldn't wait to get a tool. When it's all said and done, you be looking like a fool. So get some of that right there. Yes. Come on. Talk to my brothers and sisters out there for a moment. I want you to know who you are. You feel me? You know who you are. Seems like you're faking the funny out here. Destroying this planet. Wake up to your reality of who you are and walk along the path of what God created. Take your position. Yo, we back again. If you're throwing in the towel, then you back in sin. We need the Holy Spirit, please let the chaplain in. There at the front door chilling with a childish grin. We should now begin. If the truth be told, we're riding on the light to let the youth get old. And following the ones that will soothe your soul and take a bad situation and improve your role to release your flow. It's a long stretch. They're losing all these things from these babies' necks. And tell these young ladies they should save the sex. And tell the young guy not to break their necks. In the place of sex, forget the paycheck. And real women really don't play that. A wise lesson learned really way back. I had to okay that. The Lord saved me, Jack, from a life of whack. Come on. Pay attention. Really can't afford my speech.
I think we got enough people in there. 3, some come and some leave, whatever the hell. I don't care. Max, what's going on, beloved? If you're in here, put a 1. We have Ganja, we have Mark, we got T, all right, we have Olmec, and we have Max B. That's 5 individuals. It's showing 3. I don't get it, man. I mean, if you're working, I can dig it. I would just watch the video later. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not getting good peak conference, and I know what I'm doing compared to everybody else. All right, so people can sit here and play whatever. I wouldn't care if everybody was a Fed. It would be sad that everybody, people would be willing to sacrifice themselves. But regardless of that, I wanted to first jump on the thing because some, like the son of Trade Mom and Max B, somebody was talking to me about George Zimmerman. He identifies as Hispanic, raised in a devout Christian or Catholic school. Let me help people understand something. When Kiermiel, myself, I've been saying this because I know that the majority of people are crypto and Sephardic Jewish. They're not Judean. Okay? All right, and what is that? It's by the line of Germanic, whether it comes from Mongolia, Serbia, or wherever, right? It is Ashkenazic. Okay? It is Ashkenazic. So when you say George Zimmerman, I don't give a damn if you say, Buenos Dias or, whatever. All right? I don't care what greeting. You got named Zimmerman, you are Ashkenazic. Origin. I don't care about the people who came here and usurped an identity narrative based on a new language or whatever. Okay? And there's a whole lot of folk like that. All right? First, I wanted to get that out. Okay? Something that is more important, and I see that in people's posts on Goofy Facebook, on Tiki Flicky Flocky, when they try to give me a warning, talking about a strike for me sharing a video, talking about real stuff, talking about misinformation. See, they still got these knuckleheads at it, which it doesn't faze me. It doesn't bother me one iota. The problem is, it doesn't matter who they grabbed in and what they do and how it slows down, whatever. It matters not. See, I don't think they get it. And you would think that maybe there's some feelings or brashness or I need to reiterate and I need to beat it into you. Okay? And it needs to be reprobate. I don't feel no way about it. I'm speaking on it because I know that if it happens to you, you guys will feel some way, and you must remove the desire to feel some way. You must remove whatever emotion you think is legitimate, because there have been cats say, man, that's how I feel, and that's how I feel. And I'm like, well, you know what? You're dead under your own circumstances. I ain't got nothing else to say to you. I depart from them quickly. Now, I can stand and look at them, but then, their feelings and emotions will go everywhere and they'll start acting retarded. And then put themselves in a deeper calamity. The little girl that shot her 12-year-old, shot her 14-year-old cousin, the 12-year-old, and then turned the gun on herself as if it was supposed to make everything right. This is because there's no proper frequencies. And nobody wants to allow their frequencies to rise above the occasions. Drugs are not going to do it. I use marijuana. I use it because it does help my joints. It does create a soothing factor. And I don't smoke a lot. I'll roll a blunt and I'll smoke it for 5 and 6 days. And then give the rest away, or like you see in my ashtray, blunts, y'all would probably sit there talking about, yo, and the guys know it. Man, let me hit that. Because it's like smoking 2 regular joints. But what I wanted to speak on, okay? Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, everything you hear, what is it? Well, hey, DJ, what's up, beloved? I want y'all to answer that without long explanation. I don't want to hear no long diatribe because I'm ignoring. Just what is it that you hear right now all over the place? What is it that you hear, beloveds? What is the going and what are they doing by all platforms? And I'm talking about, when I say platforms, I'm talking about media, Hollywood. I'm talking about everything. Commercials, billboards. What is the main thing going? I'm asking brothers and sisters. That's what I'm talking about. If you're strong or you're weak. You got strength enough to answer that? Don't beat yourself up. Know it. Know what is the main thing going right now, but you don't hear the opposite. I'm going to make a chava. It's keto friendly. I don't think I should have used that avocado. And that is a delicious dish. The foreign navy's offshore. No, not that, brother. That's it. That part of it. But what is it you hear all over the place for the last couple of years? And really, when I say last, I'm talking about this year, which we're in the phase of June, and last year. What do you hear everywhere? Not that one. War. But what is it you don't hear? Nowhere or anywhere do you hear anything about peace. And war is happening everywhere. I'm not giving energy. I'm not here standing up. War. Max B, you hear war everywhere. You don't hear nothing from these fake governments who are always talking about peace and everything else. And how do they got you convinced of war? To give it energy to circumvent, to make it happen. The ignorance is why I have no respect for most light skins. I have respect for them. But the majority are the dumbest summer bastards walking. That's why you see them fighting each other. But then you have the offshoots of the obedient slaves in Myanmar. I can go on and on. Even the Philippines. Listen, it's happening, and they all want to send their little goofy troops. Now, what's more disturbing, because you don't hear no peace nowhere. I'm attempting to give you all peace of mind. Yet, now they signed a law. Signing the law. This government can't make law. First of all, it's tyrannical and it's fraction of this fictional government. I don't want to hear about the Empire State Building with the dragon stopped up on the side that it killed somewhere and put up there to show. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? War. What is a banner from the old ancient Anu and people like that? Always to put the dragons on the battle flags to signal the signal that we are all in a state of war. Now we're in a state of contempt because nobody wants to speak peace. And yet the frequency is alluding and pushing you into a state of conflict and war, which has been tested everywhere with chemicals and everything. So the driving factor right now is self-annihilation. But nobody wants to step outside of that. Well, it's a stage act that most people in ignorance are creating, and it's real because, as you know, I have thousands of videos of very gruesome deaths, real ones. And the ignorance of those who fight believing that they can win something. Right now, the thing is that we're going to defeat and go into Russia and take over. It's never going to happen. That's the illusion that they need you to submit to. There is no way of it happening. How do you take Africa, Russia, China, and all these places, create this so-called BRICS, and then have these, I mean, not BRICS, but you create this gold standard, and now we only have a few states here of the Republic that are talking about creating gold-backed greens, which is pretty much the Midwest, separating from the void of the ignorant who have been convulsively. First of all, we shouldn't have no money, period. There's only a handful of us that is aware of that and knowledge of knowing. But you have a system of deadbeat individuals who don't know no better. Again, what is the thing that is being pushed everywhere on the side of buses and everything? War. Not to sound like fake Xerxes, because that's not his voice. That guy sounds sweet. He sounds like a sweetum, and he's short. But anyway, why is it important to know this? Because you need to be the variable to change the narrative where you are at. And if you find those who only want to discuss and speak war because they're flipping through, you know what newspaper is? Let's make pretend it's made from Hollywood. Literally. And the ink is from the babies of those who have been tormented. So the fear is inoculated in the ink on the paper. Hypothetic. We're speaking magical shit here. With a spot of dragon's blood. And everybody that touches the newspaper and the ink, because you know that ink, it rubs off, and read it. And those certain fibers of certain hairs and everything else incorporated into the newspapers. You have been cast under a spell, and you will go to any and everything that talks about death. Memorials. How many died yesterday? They just said so many mass shootings in a 12-hour period in a certain state or across the country when they weren't mass shootings. We're talking about deranged individuals who have stuff that they couldn't really purchase, but because nobody pays attention to this, you get this. War. So in everybody's mind, the great superpower of the white and those people put on uniforms who want to train and they got to fight until the fighting gets to going, because nobody knows what peace is. So-called America, that's not the name of this land, has been fighting since these bastards came. And nobody knows the first thing about peace. And then they throw up a little sign, right? And they're talking about peace, right? And that's nothing but anarchy. Talking about peace, we want peace. You know, Kilroy with peace sign, Vietnam, World War. That's anarchy. But they don't know no better. Why? Because they were given something that was never meant for them. Some fictional superiority. And now we got a lot of melanated people because they were listen to me, traitorously dealt with wrongfully. And it wasn't the majority of your people, but a handful that spoke as if they spoke for you, that spoke as a nation, but the lie of a nation. But because you don't know no better, you are in war. It's good to have you in here, DJ. Havoc and loose the hounds of war. And the sad part is, what they are aware of, and they don't want it to happen, is that when your people are loose and when they're triggered, literally, imagine that without being tamed, without being cultivated, nurtured with a right direction, your people will destroy everything in its past. Now, see, the world doesn't know that. And I think some of them who are working on that side, in the alphabet groups, are very unaware of that. Except for those at the very top, because they'll want to cleanse the board. So they'll come out with their drones and their weapons and their top and their, and fighting and trying to kill and destroy, but there'll be something different that takes place. And there'll be these cats, you think parkour or something, running and snatching tanks up, pulling the treads with their bare hands off, snatching the... I'm talking about some out of this fake world thing. And when these individuals start seeing that, all that testosterone, they'll just do like even them Russians and Ukrainians do on the battlefield. They kill themselves. Well, they destroy the body, but because they have not enriched their souls with the truth of Allah, that Jannah will encompass them, and it's the last ride. But the thing is, they're very aware, and so you have a certain organization, a certain group of individuals who are doing their best to put those individuals to sleep. They'll never touch them. But anyway, and this is what's going on. They'll never be able to reach these individuals. Don't watch TV. They don't need media. They don't pay attention to anything. They don't have to see because they see everything. Too bad y'all don't want to join them ranks and you choose ignorance over. But anywho, war. I can say it a million times and they get nothing from me. It's just an empty thing to me. What I'm saying is, you don't hear no one speaking about peace. Everything is alluding to control, to tyranny, while the government's still acting what you're listening to a goofy fake Haitian, Janine Pierre, talking as if she's saying something meaningful, and you got this goofy, your fake president and vice president. It's comical to me. All right? And then you have the same individuals doing the same dumb stuff because that's all they know how to do in practical life. But you better believe they have some babies like you. And people will sign on to bring in the next. But the thing is, the light and the source is not going to be strong with them. Let's say everything worked out the way they wanted. Let's say, based on past. Somebody questioned the fact, and this is a scenario at the point in that direction, about certain Egypt things. I said, man, they built a lot of that nonsense. They carved it out. They have the videos always, the footage has always been out there. My papa used to be like, oh man, a lot of that crap. So he didn't give it no win. He said, man, they remember the people they were hiring, all these pellets, and they have the trade, and they were teaching them how to do all this. Sandstone, limestone. We're talking about sandstone. That's some of the softest stuff. Stuff that they want you to believe is ancient. But if you look at the weathering factors, you would see that if it was that ancient, then why is it the erosion happening within the last 30, 40 years? Why wasn't it happening, 100, 200, hell, 500 years ago? People are just starting to pay attention. Then you got these people called conservatives, who go, conservationists, who go and they plaster stuff, trying to save it, and no one's paying attention. But here, you don't have none of that. They couldn't wait to tear down mounds and pyramids here. And then you got this white superiority and this black accommodation of ignorance, thinking they're doing something beneficial because they were trained and taught some things that everybody has the capabilities and even to surpass. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not asking you, actually. I'm doing what I do. Balance. Right now, I guarantee you, y'all can go on YouTube. You can go on any of the platforms, and you're gonna see something, whether even a game that's about stab, shoot, dice, conquer the world. You know what I'm saying? This Orwellian type. You know what I mean? Dialect and manuscript. How many times y'all go on YouTube, which is pretty interesting, and you do see? It doesn't matter if you don't even buy into it or subscribe to it, flunk master or anything. How many of y'all see Special Forces talking, or you see this, that, and everything is about professionally, in a professional way, shirt and tie. But what I did and what we did in the stories with the Miller Genuine Giraffe or whatever, the Don Quixote, tequila, are throwing the back on the fire, sitting around talking about their great expats into warfare and some of the things that happen. And now the people who are telling the dark side, what does that do to a group of people? What does that do to everybody? What was that? What happened? It's Avatar 3.0. Oh, the hamster wheel. Well, saying, look, man, they everywhere. And that's a lot of folks from various walks of life. The carrot on the stick is the bag. And listen, and they don't know it. They actually believe there's some kind of white superiority. We already debunked that 100 times over. But regardless of that, I'm doing my best, y'all. I want to roll on the floor and get a cramp in my back and my stomach, man, because it's so funny. You want to see some of these individuals, they're out of control and they want to rage and they don't even know why. And it's like, well, because you picked your destination. When you lie about what you really accept, but every time you turn around, you're talking hate in one direction. It seems like I said, it's not all, but there's a lot of Latino brothers up here who are pretty messed up. And a lot of them are first timers and newcomers. Okay? And it is. Because they're going to use any and everything. And then when those individuals should be pissed off of what really happened to their ancestors. This is what we're talking about. And I'm reaching out to my brothers because it's important. Because they have become fundamentally enriched in sickness and disease of mind with utter ill will. Make it change it. I would advise them to. Yet, you know how it is when you're shooting and killing everything and you think that's the only way because your head ain't on right and you got a bunch of goofies over you who have bought into the deeper lie. That's not hard to change, but you know what I mean. And I'm not sitting there, I'm not going to do what can be done. You got to figure it out. You got to come into that reality on your own. You know what I'm saying? When the baby walk, those of you that are holding the hands and leading it, that's just training wheels. It's when you got to unleash them hands and let that baby take them steps and fumble forward. See, fumbling forward, they start remembering I don't have to fall. Now, in our head, that's how we see it. And their fundamentals is reacquainting themselves with new legs or steps. Okay? It's the same thing here. So while they screaming war, you hum peace. You don't have to scream anything. You know peace. You exist as far as what the narrative of peace is. Exist in the light. And the light doesn't mean bling and you got something bright. The light is the breath, the nature of things, the natural. And don't want to hear nobody talking about, well, the nature right now is destruction. That is not natural. So, like, how is that the nature? Like, people choose not to do and know no better. People, I'm so tired of using that word people and persons, but anyway, individuals, sadly, no unity, move in this concordance of a narrative painted by the worst paint you can never come up with. You know, the kind that comes out on the brush and you got to get another brush because it's already hardened and you got a big clump that you got to take a spatula to smear. So when you get done, you got something that looks Van Gogh, Cyril, Dalai Lama, you know what I mean? It looks like something, an LSD trip, and yet somebody's saying, yeah, dude, I'll give you 0.5 million. You know what I'm saying? This is the world. My apologies for laughing. What? I can't help. Man. Oh my goodness. And every time I see people commenting or communication, right off the back, I don't even want to see it. Then there are the few I look at and I'm looking at them, got you a few $1 million. You got your thing going. You got everything moving in your direction. Do you really? And then you watch, and lately a lot of them haven't really been posting a whole lot. My hat's off to the Marine that joined the Russian military, but you were an idiot too. It's funny that when you watch all these different platforms that actually show you war, right? You never see the Africans and the Chinese and all those who are dying in the war. They just keep showing you the pale skins, the Gujars, and it's comical. It is very comical. But if you knew the truth, you would be stuck and capitulate in the war. Somebody's attempting to protect things, because there's a number. I'm not the only one doing this. You better believe that. And it's not about the majority. Yup. I would advise you to not give it any energy. Just because I mentioned it. You can research it and see it for yourself. But I would advise you to go into the deepest, darkest pits of your existence, the place that you say you want to stay away from, and dig in there, go through the grave, and take that energy and bury it there. So they can't have it. Capiche? Don't cost. Do you get where I'm coming from? I am so tickled by this all. I'm so ecstatic. My apologies. I have to be legitimate because what I've dreamed, what I've seen. Oh, I can't wait. Y'all don't get it. I just can't wait. If they can read bodies and they can read things, I want them to be able to read all my algorithms, everything. This is not for y'all. This is for them. I really, really can't wait. That's directly for them. I guess that's the sincerity clause of what I'm stating. Oh, they could see you, and they could see all kind of stuff. Y'all have no idea. With the TVs, have any of y'all watched the TV and it started pixelating and it made you a little dizzy, like vertigo? Have you? I asked this before. See, y'all don't pay attention to these little things. It's little things. They're subtle. Now you know why I read you Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. And if you think that everyone's going to fight some friggin' war, man, you bugging. Boy, they got the people here ready to collect bodies. They got the things everywhere to stack them in, to throw them, to fertilize, to liquefy, and everything else. So you think Sophia Stewart didn't know what she was talking about? You've always been batteries. You just ain't been in no pods, but you are in a pod. I'm going to show you a pod right now. Are you starting to see now? All of you in one, I don't care where you live at, how sweet it is for you. You live in a pod that siphons energy, that takes energy from you, and doesn't allow energy in to heal you. Do any of y'all know how to stretch your hands out with your feet, half butt naked, and call upon through all the noise, the energies that are all around you, and to feel it when it comes in? Man, let me tell you something. When I be pushing on the back of the truck, when I hug the tree and I pull away and I'm drawing blood from my forearms because I squeezed it so hard, and I didn't know, and there's no pain, I had to make sure nobody's looking when I know there are those. Y'all, man. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and drab about that. And I'm going to read, don't worry. All right, that's what it's all about, right? But right now, things are, because y'all giving energy to it, it's speeding up. I'm all excited and everything. No, for real, y'all. I know it's hard to believe it, but I really am. If the brothers, if anybody was here right now, they'd be like, yo, Red's really, I'm serious. Whatever that means. All right? And because y'all are hard-headed. Oh, I'm eternally bonded to you. It's nothing but, you know what I mean? Yet, I'm elated. You know I'm stubborn, right? Really like the so-called, Jonah, stubborn. I mean stubborn. I mean in the worst way you can imagine. Choice and change. Everyone has a choice. Everyone has the powers and the possibilities of change. But how far the rabbit hole are you willing to go? See, that was something, some kind of goofy occult individual would ask. No, in this state that we're in, right? You're in, right? How far are you willing to go to access the deeper you? Well, if you answer as far as possible, then why are you not doing it? Can't nobody do it but you. Nobody. I'm just ready for supper. I'm ready to sink my canines into something. Right. And they just don't have a clue. Anyway, we'll come back exactly at 5 o'clock and we will read. And it's going to be fun. It's time for me to have my green drink. All right. I got to pour that out. I can't eat that. That avocado wasn't good. You saw me. It was brand new. It was one I bought yesterday. I ain't no avocado. Y'all know me. 2 bites, and every sudden everything felt weird. And I was like, wait a minute. It's wasting my food. I should have put the other one in. But I was hungry. I wanted to go live, and I wanted to see if any of you were aware of the simplest thing. What's being spoken throughout the ethers. One side. and what is not being spoken or spake on the other. Be mindful. Don't be over here with all of them. You better be over here. If you're going to send energy, or don't give it no time of the day. Because there's some of you that don't give it time. Don't be dumb, because you can guide others to a freer place of thought. Not saying nothing's never going to happen to you, but you can change the direction. Okay? With one comes many. With many comes more. Okay? So it's that. You just don't know. I really, really am. Oh, they are so smart. Anyway. I'm gonna see y'all. They are so smart. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and get my cornrow out the sun. I gotta go outside. Oh my goodness. Y'all just don't know, man. Hey, look, I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna have a good read today. Yes, I'm gonna start inside secretion. I might give it a little bit of the power now, and then we'll get into the books. No 100 years of lynching. We don't, not necessary. People lynching themselves right now on greater numbers. You listen. I just wanted to point out to the light skins that they were being lynched first, and that the fact that there were more Mexicans lynched than Negroes, and light skins, unless they put them together, and there were a whole lot of Chinese that were lynched. And I don't even want to get to the Asians that didn't perform for the British Crown in Philippines until they turned on them and pushed them away. They killed tens of thousands of them. See, this is what I'm talking about. But if you divvy it up and you push a fake conscience of crayon color here and there, you can lie and sway and keep inflict and conflict going. That's how you keep war internalized and ignorance. You get where I'm coming? So I came for a little balance. So you're starting to, I guess y'all can believe. Y'all want to use that word? You starting to believe me now, or you starting to know? What was that? Fourth word in the house. All right, that's good. You still in America? What's going on, beloved? This place crazy as heck. Yes, they are. But I hope you got the message. You dig what I'm saying? The reality is, shout out to everybody going to their hell they created. Oh, that's right, they're already in it. There is no hell by the design. That's a lie. But you can come back to this and be jacked up. You know what I'm saying? But Smack, it's good to have you in here, beloved. Everybody, it's good to have y'all in here. Share this. If you're new, if you're subscribed, welcome to the tribe. Look, I'm different from all that. I have a lot of tea to share, a lot of information. And if you want to hold on to the things of the world that was given to you, be grand in it. And it's not going to matter. Put away your religions. Put away all that stuff. You are everything outside of you. And if you don't clean up yourself, how can you clean up everything outside of you? I don't know where our ladies are at, but you know how that goes. Catch y'all here in a couple hours.